Well, Coach, how is that linebacker room looking right now?
Good, good. I'm really excited. I mean, the progress we made in the last 14 days has been pretty outstanding, especially for younger guys. And I'm real pleased with, like I said, really taking on all the work ethic, the way they're approaching their business, and that was a big focus here. We are young in some other spots and stuff, and some younger guys about first mastering how we take care of our business on a day-to-day basis. That's been the first approach.
And how good is it to have a guy like Dylan? He's got a lot of experience kind of leading that group.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's a pleasure. It's it's a great just to have that guy around. Not just what he provides as a good player, but what he provides as a leadership standpoint and how to do things.
Is he annoying at times?
No, he's not.
No.
No,
Okay.
no, he's not. No, he asks great questions and he's in depth, and sometimes he'll push it a little farther, a little faster than I want to push some other guys in the room because he's asking questions. I'm like, they're not ready for that. You know, we're going to take this thing in steps, but no, he's outstanding. Just wait, he's first class in everything. I mean, I can't say enough. I mean, you guys know that he's just first class in everything he does, and pleasure to be around, joy to coach, and just a huge contributor to our program and setting an example of what you want.
Matt Jones he was more of an outside guy last year, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, he's kind of been back and forth since he's been here. You know, kind of is he really like has played some inside backer, kind of moved outside really because we was one of our best 11, and so we moved him out there because last year you had Dylan and Terrell inside, so really don't want to take those guys off the field too much.
How's he doing this spring?
Matt?
Yeah. Matt.
Well, he hasn't gone through any spring practices.
Oh,
he
is that
had a foot surgery, so he's been out all spring. So it gives opportunities for other guys to get more reps and do that. We know Matt can play. I know he can play. I know he plays the game we wanted to play it, and so I'm not really worried about him. I think he'll be fine. He'll get back. He'll be healthy. I think running first week of June, and so he'll be ready to go.
Has that given Will a chance? Maybe
I think it's given Will a lot of opportunity to step into that role for forefront. A lot of reps, quality reps against the best, against the ones every day. I think it's really helped speed up his progress.
Is he a lot different?
He's a
You
lot
talked
different,
about him,
right?
like,
Yeah, he's a lot.
than
He's
Terrell.
yeah, he's a. I think his progress going through the spring has been amazing. I mean, I think he's just really came leaps and bounds from where he was to where he is right now.
Any young guys you'd like to mention who are coming
There's a bunch of. I mean, you think about. I mean, we're probably the youngest spot we are is obviously in the back end, some young safeties and stuff. And I think they've done a great job. Snack stepping into his role. We had, obviously Devin Bobby's back there, Cisco. Devin Neal has really stepped in that leadership role, done a tremendous job going through spring. Devin Lemire has done an outstanding job. He's been, redshirt freshman. He's got 4 years with us, so we're young back there. But the way they've approached their business and how far they've come in 14 days has been pretty exciting to watch. Yeah.
Has Christian been training at both, or what?
Yeah, he's went back. He was playing in both, some free safety, some star. Pulled a hamstring, hadn't practiced really the last 7 days. Did a little limited today. Hasn't done a whole lot the last couple of weeks. So, and that, like I said, those are always opportunities for other guys to get reps and get the guys that sometimes you have question marks on where are they at and what can they do. And it's a good actually opportunity to get those guys those needed reps.
The defensive line is looking like they're going to be pretty deep, and hopefully they'll make a big impact. How big is that for y'all? How big of an impact can they make, and them having that depth?
Yeah, well, it's obviously our most experienced group. We returned the two deep up front, and then you added, Jackson Player, and then Cooper Lance, who redshirted last year, has had a really great spring too. So we feel really good about that position up front. It's one place where you got to have a bunch of them, and so I'm excited about that. It's our most experienced group.
Can Jackson play outside as well?
Yeah, he can play several spots. Yeah.
Being year 3 in this system, do you feel like guys they get it more now especially than that first
Yeah,
year?
well, the first year was kind of you kind of want to forget that one. You know what I mean? It's a good time being around the kids, but no spring ball and all that stuff was kind of rough. So you really say, as a defensive whole, I'll be honest and say is that right now we're way farther than we were anywhere last year, even at the end of the year. Functioning and our guys knowing what to do and why we're doing it, and adjusting and making calls and communication. It's been a pleasure seeing that. Well, you recruited for that and kind of knew some of those roles what was going to happen when you lose to JT Woods and Petrie and you lose those guys, and some of those guys have really done an outstanding job.
Dylan mentioned, is the secondary come maybe a long way since the
Yeah,
start of
they
spring?
no doubt, no doubt. Like I said, all the guys we mentioned in there is been tremendous. And then I don't forget because we got 2 veteran corners in there with Al and Mark, but the 2 other guys you need to say AJ McCarty, who has been primarily a special teams guy, has had an outstanding spring, and Chateau Reed, and the other one corner spot has just been. I mean, they've come a long way. And Mark and Al are both playing their best football right now. They play better. They're playing better in the last 4 or 5 practices than they did any time last year. So it's good. There's a lot of positive things going on. We got a long ways to go still, and it's what we do over the next couple of months, really, how they handle their summer and preparation, and then if not just a physical but a mental standpoint, and how they do that, it'll be huge.
Star is such a do-it-all role, so obviously guys will have, they'll be better at certain aspects than others, and you've got to replace Jalen Petrie. So what are you seeing from that group so far through the spring?
Again, probably Lorando's kind of taking the lead, being that guy. So we have Rep Christian down there too. But we got a couple of younger guys in there. Romar O'Neal has been down there and he's done a really good job. And then, I think those guys have done an outstanding job with it.
What do you want to see? Or is Saturday just another day for you, or what do you want to see out of this
Yeah,
scrimmage?
we just talked to them today about it. So what I want to see Saturday out of scrimmage, I want to go see them execute and not get the lights on with family and everything else, and let that become part of it. That's not what we're looking for. I really want to see them build and alignment, assignment, technique, and how they're doing their jobs, rather as opposed to, hey, I had 8 tackles. That's not really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for some guys to really answer the question: can they get from the can-do from the question mark category to the can-do? And some of them are still in that phase. They're teetering right on it. They've shown us glimpses, but when the lights come on and it's time to, so it's really Saturday's about execution and when there are numbers called and they got to make a play, then make the play. But I'm really looking for fundamentally and how well they just fit in and do their job and do their role.